right, so got to ride the brand new 2018 Yamaha Star Venture. I've had a couple of days now, or a day and a half, to think about it. I posted some videos online, and it seems a lot of people have some impressions of the bike based on its stats or a picture or two that they saw. And I'd like to discuss that a little bit further. I mean, basically, a couple of the posts were pretty harsh, and I'd like to kind of address the elephant in the room, if you will. One of the comments made on my video, Venture was a big, fat, ugly pig. It's a pretty strong adjective there, and I'd kind of like to break it down with my thoughts. Big. It is big. It's a luxury touring motorcycle. It's big. It has plenty of storage. It has room for two full-size people to sit comfortably. It's got all the amenities you could ever want and things you wouldn't even think of. It's big. Yes, it is. That, to me, means it's wide. And I got to tell you, my Super Tenere, which is a motorcycle that I love, with the bags on it, is 42 inches wide. I actually believe that the Star Venture is narrower than my motorcycle, would be better at lane splitting than my Super Tenere. Now, ugly. Well, ugly is purely subjective. I wake up in the morning, sometimes I feel pretty, and sometimes I don't. Now, ugly, I think I spent about probably close to 25 hours around the brand new motorcycle Saturday and Sunday. And I got to say, I've spoke to, 500 or 600 people while standing around the bike and checking it over. And I didn't hear anybody call it ugly. I heard some people say they weren't sure if they liked the styling of it. But for the most part, everybody that I spoke to, they liked the styling. You know, Yamaha could have went the way of everyone else and built this motorcycle to be a replica, but they didn't. You know, they decided to make their own motorcycle, and they did. You know, they came out with a design that I think is sharp. I think it does make me think about, the muscle car era. It's not a car, it doesn't look like a car, but it has some lines and features in it. I think it's stunning. I really love the look of it. So, ugly, I disagree. But of course, ugly is subjective. And, not everybody likes every motorcycle's design, and that's okay. Pig. Somebody says pig. I believe that what they're saying is that the motorcycle, the gas hog or slow. I did ride the motorcycle, and I got to tell you, the bike has plenty of power and handles well. If you're worried about fuel economy or, having the most efficient motorcycle or vehicle, well, you're not going to buy a luxury touring motorcycle. I mean, this motorcycle is made to pile on the miles. If you want to get a fuel-efficient motorcycle, buy an R3 or one of the other smaller motorcycles. You're going to get 50, 60, 70 miles per gallon. What I hear, this motorcycle is getting between 38 and 40 miles per gallon, which is actually better than what I get on the Super Tenere at high speeds. I would be curious to see what the bike would get at the speeds that I drive, but considering the RPM at 75 miles an hour on the brand new Star Venture is about 2,600 RPM in 6 speed, I think it's going to do pretty well. So I honestly, calling it a pig, I don't know. I just don't see it. I think the bike is built to be a long-distance luxury touring cruiser. And yeah, it's big, but I would challenge anybody who thinks that this motorcycle is fat, ugly, big, to actually go out and take a look at it. Spend some time with it. Spend some time looking around and checking out all the features and things that Yamaha have done to creature comforts. And then take it for a ride. I believe anybody who has any doubt about this motorcycle luxury touring motorcycle needs to take it for a 20-minute, 25-minute ride. Take it up on the highway, take it on some twisties, and you're going to come back with a whole different opinion. It really is an incredible machine, nimble, handles incredibly. I was riding behind somebody who had never been on that motorcycle before. They got on it, and we took it for a ride, and within 10 or 15 minutes, this person had the bike leaned over in the corners and was actually dragging their glove on the pavement. That's how well the bike handles. That's how well this bike can become comfortable just a couple miles of riding it. I don't suggest that for you or anyone else, but pretty amazed to see somebody could never been on the bike before, could ride it and feel that comfortable, that sure of the bike's handling and suspension and power. Torque monster, rides, incredibly at slow speeds, parking lot maneuvers. I found it to be very familiar. It gets comparable gas mileage, as far as I know, to everything else out there, maybe a little bit better. So weight, what does weight have to do with anything? Buy a Ferrari, do you say, well, geez, I worry about the weight? No, you worry about how much power it's going to have and how fast it's going to be and how much fun it is. And so I challenge these people that are all complaining about the heaviness of the bike to actually go out and ride it. The bike absolutely does feel nimble, and when you pick it off the side stand, I mean, it feels lighter than bikes half its weight. It's balanced, it's well made, and I really do. I challenge you to go out and test ride it. If you go on Yamaha Motor USA website, you can find the list of dealers where it's going to be doing demos, and I suggest you go out and ride it. I think you'll change your mind.